Hello, welcome to Gothic Androgyn Tarot. We're going to be doing a reading for the current energy. My spirit guide said I was supposed to do a reading today. And we are in our Sanzo energy, and so we will be using here we have Sanzo. We're using the Sayuki Tarot. So I got this a long time ago. I've never actually used it. There's actually one card missing. But yeah, I was called to use that today. So I hope you stick around. Like this video and subscribe. And hopefully we will do some new tarot readings in the future. I didn't set up today because Spirit Guide said do it now. So when Raven talks, you listen. So anyway, stay tuned. Let's go. Hello, this is Natsuya, and this is Gothic Androgyn Tarot. I'm in some Sanzo energy right now. So we're going to actually be using the Gensoman Sayuki Tarot, which includes Genjo Sanzo, Cho Hakai, Shagojo, and the Monkey King Son Goku, with his coronet on to power limiter. So we're going to look at that. I'm going to use a couple decks here. We're going to use my GridScan Hack the Mainframe, GridScan Mainframe Tarot deck to look at the energy of the collective, as well as who is all involved as kind of an opponent. So I did a shuffling of the deck, and what came out was Fade-Kallen. He is a psychic, the Packrat Psycho. That is a group of Packrats who are psychic, who follow the Prophet religion, which is kind of a Gaia Earth Mother spirit religion that uses the Book of Thoth as the book of knowledge, and they believe in esoteric magic as well as psychic power, and they're considered to be a collective, and they're also considered by the state to be heretics, and they are outcasts. So this is your scapegoat group. There are different factions in the Packrats that have different talents, like the Acolyte faction, or the Waste faction, or the Host, or the Runners. The Runners smuggle data and information under the government's nose, and also from people with power. Fade-Kallen is the leader, and basically his whole thing is to fight for justice for the collective and the psychics that are being oppressed. So when I did the shuffle, Fade-Kallen came out with his Aang ceremonial knife. Each Packrat gets a knife when they petition for entry into the Packrat clan, and there are certain rules, the Packrat code, where thou shalt not violate or you will be banished. There is no coming back. If you are rejected from the collective, that's it, you're done. Either you follow the rules, or one Packrat cannot kill another Packrat. That is part of the Packrat code. If you violate the rules, that's an instant gone. And if you break the Packrat code and the rules that these Packrat psychics in the collective abide by, that is breaking a spiritual law. So we'll be using so this is my GridScan original tarot deck from the Hack the Mainframe game. We will be using, this is the Angel Hearts Sigils deck. We'll be using the Sayuki Tarot. And this is a debut of my new Oracle deck. This has, butterfly blue, so having been a lab rat, I hope you understand what that symbol means. But, your memory blocks come down when you don't sing to Cascade every night. Now, the collective is paying attention. I can see you. And yes, you no longer have control of your monarch. Oops. Anyway, so that's some ROM energy there. I'll get into that later. But this is a premiere of using this deck. And it is not for sale yet. I will be donating some, actual deck copies. And all the cards are completed at this time. And I'm working on the box and the Oracle Guide deck. So there are 50 cards in this deck, plus one Nephilim card for the Chosen. And we will also be using my Oracle deck. This is the first Oracle deck. I created this a couple weeks ago. So we'll be using that. So, with all that out of the way, let's get started. And I apologize, I didn't do the setup. I had one of my animal tokens. I was out doing. It was weird. I went on my daily walking meditation, which I do that robed. And I decided to actually record what it was like doing a walking meditation. I usually try to walk for 45 minutes to an hour, and that is a daily practice I do to honor Mother Gaia and to also align my energy. So, before we get started, we're gonna do Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Padme, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay. Spirits, ancestors, and higher powers, please grace us, as well as dominations and thrones, and all celestial beings. Grace us with your wisdom as we communicate this message to the collective. This message is given in loving kindness and compassion, and I call upon humbly Kanzion Busatsu Kannon to shine the light of compassion upon this reading. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start off with looking at what is the energy of the collective. So I haven't actually... Okay, let's get started. So I separated out the major arcana and the psychic cards from the grid scan hack the mainframe, which is trading card deck, which is also a full tarot deck, and there are booster packs of cards. You play the hacker, basically the hackers against the establishment, led by Fade and his psychic hackers, the Pack Rats, and they fight for justice, for the collective of oppressed psychics and empaths in the Grid Scan series. They fight for truth, integrity, and justice by any means necessary, and they are constantly harassed and oppressed and discriminated against by a government because they are different and they're not part of the mainstream. And Fade can read your mind because he's psychic. He created the Pack Rats to give marginalized psychics, empaths, and those who believe in higher consciousness and vibration, 5D, quantum, and other dimensions, a place to call home. A home for psychics, where they can be free. And he was willing to fight for that dream with every ounce of his being, knowing that he would be a target. But he didn't care. There's right and wrong. So again, we come up with Fade. I shuffled the deck. So the collective is in Fade energy. So Fade is basically, the Packrat clan is tight-knit. They are together. They will protect each other, and they will protect and honor the Packrat code. Again, what we have against the collective here is Imperial Militia. So again, we've got some higher-ups in power. Could be the government, could be the military, could be the police, but there's a fracture here. So even though Sai is a character, he's a half-dragon who's a captain in the Imperial Dragon Army, and he actually leads a mutiny because the Dragon King asked him to do something unethical, and sends the generals who basically send his own comrades, his fellow soldiers, out to literally assassinate him because he said no to the Dragon King's orders. Well, Sai believes in black and white, and so does Fade. And black and white is right and wrong, truth and lies. And Fade is willing to fight tooth and nail to defend that and to protect the collective. We also have Judgment here. So there is some energy that is currently floating around that is trying to balance the scales and trying to... There's been a bunch of wrongs done to the collective, and that causes negative energy. And we have here Xander Storm, who is a zone police officer. So definitely the police are aware of what's going on. There may actually be a private investigator here. What do we see? We see Fade again. So the collective is well aware of what is going on. We see Fade in both of his instances here, as the Packrat Saicho, spiritual leader, and also as a tactical leader of, spiritual war. And then we also see Ryuho. So Ryuho is a psychic agent in the story of the opposition that by any means necessary is out to destroy the collective, and will do anything. Ryuho is the younger brother to Lino, who is the Dauphin, and they're both sons of the Viceroy by different consorts. Their mothers are different. Ryuho defected to the Atlantia Federation, so he's a little bit like Athranzala, Athranzala, who is fighting for Zaft, and then he's got this issue with, his father, who literally takes his position of power and turns it into a corrupt Napoleon grab using dogma to validate war crimes. So we definitely have some Ryuho energy here. This is either a hitman, it's the mafia, it's some sniper. I was watching, actually, American Sniper came up on my timeline yesterday, and there's this other movie with Jude Law where he plays a sniper, and it's Jude Law, I guess a European sniper against a Russian sniper. For some reason, that movie really touched me, and it popped into my mind yesterday. So definitely there's some energy of that. So yeah, somebody has hired somebody else to take the collective out. So we're going to use the Angel Heart sigils. So we're going to look at some of the Ascended Master higher energy. energy who is here. So stillness. These gang stalkers, and actually, I want to relay something. Yesterday, I was driving. I was driving east, and on the way back west, the drive east was quiet, but on the way halfway back west, I was surrounded on a 3-lane street. I was in the middle lane by 3 cars, and 2 of them had Mason stickers and symbols on the back. And there was definitely somebody was trying to cause an accident. I'm not accusing Masons of anything, but I've never really seen 3 Masons in a triumvirate trying to stop another car. I'm not stupid. So, yeah. So we have Sound the Foam, energy on the board for stillness, and we also have Archangel Michael for protection. So you are being protected, but there is definitely some energy of assault there, and be assured your spiritual team is protecting you right now, so you should have nothing to worry about. We're going to now go to a Sayuki Tarot. Actually, I got this one a long time ago. I really liked it. There's actually 1 card missing from this because the card was in my car and then some narcissist stole my car. Well, I sort of let them borrow it and they returned it with $2,000 worth of damage after I had taken the car to the mechanic to repair it, and it was in perfect 100% working condition with an oil change. And even though my car is only worth $400 now, whatever, I don't even care. It's a car, it runs, and so I will use it until it runs itself into the ground, because I haven't earned my BMW yet, so we're not there yet. But actually, I kind of wanted a Jeep. I was looking at Jeeps. When I was in the 8th grade, before I even learned how to drive, and I did not learn how to drive, I had to learn to drive as an adult, because when you live in New York City, or Tokyo, you don't need a car. Where are you going to put it? And I'm not going to pay exorbitant garage fees for having a car in Manhattan. Don't do that. So I learned to drive as an adult, but, I lent my car to a narcissist who I supposedly trauma bond was in love with, I know who my twin flame is. And I know we're done in this life. Thou shalt not violate, get excommunicated. But every single reincarnation of every single life I have met you, I will meet you again. And hopefully this time you don't burn me at the stake or put a bullet between my eyes. But I forgive you. Everything is a lesson. So let's do the dance next time. But hopefully no one's going to get hurt. So, bless you. And I hope that entity that sucked your back, I worry about you sometimes because you can't handle that. I heard your entity. I know its name. I've heard your cries. I've heard it scream. I'd be scared. So I will pray for you. So, next leg. Anyway, the first 2 cards that came up, we've got the Gojo cards. So there is actually, there's some womanizer energy in here. There may be some, the people who are watching you diligently like a hawk and trying to get in your energy and copy you are definitely, doing sex magic on you. Then we also have rules. So there are some spiritual rules that have been broken here, and that is going to need to be repaired. And that is actually something that's causing a problem. And the spiritual realm, things are manifesting in the spiritual realm that will eventually flow down into the physical 3D dimension, as long as vibration is right. But there's definitely some Son Goku energy here. The collective in this is innocent, but, you know, if you need to go full-on Demon Slayer, the collective can do that. So before you start attacking the collective, you might want to think. Because karma is a bitch. Again, we've got some Gojo energy here. This is more passive energy. So whoever this is who is against the collective, you know this person. Potentially intimately. You may have been in a relationship with them, dating them, married to them, they're a significant other. You definitely may have had sex with them at one point. I'm getting some bisexual energy, but this could also be a same-sex relationship. Or if it's not that, then there's a third party involved. And then we have Kugaji. So there's definitely, you got some demons involved in this game right now. But what I'm going to tell you is if you play with demons and don't know what you're doing, I would check under the bed with a flashlight before I go to sleep. So yeah, so there's some of that going on. So, you know, the law of three. You know, you put something out, it's going to come back. So just make sure that you're not putting out some negative crap that's going to kick your ass when it comes back. So definitely, they are monitoring your calls and they are watching you. There's also some potential, this is the Grid Scan Tarot trading card game, hack the mainframe trading card game. Yeah, there's potentially someone has been poisoning your food or poisoning your drinks, and so you're going to want to be careful of that. If you end up going out anywhere, you know, mind your drinks and don't let somebody, don't leave your stuff behind. So if you're a female and you have a purse, don't leave that behind, when you go, I don't know, girl talk and, all the girls go to the bathroom at the same time at the bar. To talk about the guys who have been hopelessly flirting with them, watch your purse, watch your keys, watch your wallet, and don't let somebody slip something into your drink. So there's definitely some social engineering going on here. This is the elicitation card. So they have been studying you, and they definitely are trying to imitate you. And one of the things that came out in my oracle deck, so we're going to be using this, I created this maybe a month ago. Can you see the sky brighter is the card at the top. I always shuffle these and lock them before I use them. So we're going to use that today. But can you see the sky brighter? So basically, the spirit realm is definitely watching here, and they know what is going on. And, someone's grandmother, ancestor spirit is up there kicking butt. So just, you are being protective. So whoever is in the collective that is the target, there's definitely some light codes coming to you in dreams. You are a trance channeler, even if you're doing that in a different dimension. You have the ability potentially to astral project. If not that, you are getting messages, clairaudient, from beyond the veil and in the higher realms that are trying to guide you through this current time. Now the energy now is a little better than it was before. Some of the justice that is coming to you because literally, collective, you've been betrayed by people who you close to you that you trusted. These could be family members, brothers, sisters, mother, father, it could be aunts and uncles. There's some huge jealousy coming around because of your talents and because you are spiritual and psychic, and somebody don't like that. You had the strength like if you had grown up, like, and I'm not knocking Christianity, but if you had grown up in, you know, that's how I was raised. If you had grown up, you know, as a child, went to, you know, CCD, you know, and Catholic nuns with the switch, because I will always be a recovering Catholic, you know, that is, you know, that's some strict dogma, you know, thou shalt not go straight to hell. So there are definitely some people watching you, and they're afraid of your spiritual power, and they're afraid of your psychic gifts because you are an empath. And people who doubted you forever, thinking you're crazy, or even calling you insane, are finally waking up and seeing that you do know what you're talking about. But someone is lying to you, so I would be very careful about who you allow in your energy. There may be some hijack spirits running around that are trying to take you off your path. So I would suggest that you just breathe, do some zazen, you know, sitting meditation. If you have to, I know I swear by walking meditation, so you might want to do that. So let's get one more card from the Psyche deck, because we're in our Sanzo energy. And we definitely have Sanzo and Goku here. So Sanzo has his robes down, but, you know, we do see those prayer beads there. So what I would suggest is maybe doing some sitting meditation, and definitely being quiet and trying to hear the messages your ancestors and your angels are sending at this moment. If you do have a higher power, I would suggest, you know, you pray to that higher power. If it's Kanzeon Bosatsu, Jizo, you know, one of the Shinto kami, you know, Jesus, or you know, Yahweh, or even Muhammad and Buddha. Well, I don't know if you pray to Buddha. You don't really pray to Buddha. You know, but, you know, we don't pray to Muhammad either. You pray to Allah. Yeah, so, or Shiva. And I know Diwali is coming up next, and I'm actually doing my Diwali preparations, so I've got, so I got to clean my Butsudan, and I've got to put up my Lakshmi Puja. So that is actually happening. Study your craft. There's an opportunity to elevate here, that the spirit realm has seen this, and they are saying that you are ready for the next step. So definitely do some studying of your craft. If there's some new thing, like if you read tarot, maybe do dowsing, or if you're into crystals, maybe look at, you know, reading birth charts and horoscope. But there's definitely, whoever this energy that is against you here, they're trying to put like a Jezebel sex demon on you, and they're casting black magic spells. Now, some of this has returned to sender, and people are beginning to, oops, Wheel of Fortune, bite your ass. But the energy is different recently, and I know I have experience that, and I'm actually releasing a video tomorrow at 4:44 a.m. that shows some you know, some of my practice with Reiki energy work. So definitely keep those psychic vampires out of your energy. Thought is here, so wisdom is here, so definitely look for guidance in the higher realms. And you need to face your inner demons. So your ancestors and spirit guides are definitely here. There's some inner work that you still need to do. You may have done a lot of it already, but there's something still blocking you. So there's something that you're not looking at. So there's some shadow work that still needs to be done. And this may, if you have walked away from people close to you, like your friends or your family or something like that, because somebody betrayed you, there's definitely a need to sage your space. Because they keep trying to do the same things over and over again. And the people who are copying you, you know, they're definitely being exposed. But you're still even though no weapon formed against you, so you are protected, but there's definitely a need to still take your spiritual baths and holy water, anointing oil, tourmaline, lighting a candle at the directions for protection. There's definitely some need to do that. So this is the Gridscan Oracle deck. This is not available for sale yet, but I'm going to be using it for the first time. So let's see what we come up with here. So the first card out is Hiro Yamaguchi. So seek your destiny and follow your dreams. So people have been blocking you forever, and it seems like things you just can't get a break. It just keeps happening. That's why there's so many people in your energy trying to hold you back, and they've been doing things for years and years to try to stop you. Why? Because one of your ancestors in the spirit realm showed these people who you really are, and they're actually, your light irritates their demons. They know. And for that, they think if they stop you from awakening, and nothing's going to stop you from awakening, because God thou shalt, I am. You don't say no to God, okay? And if you don't believe in God and believe in Gaia or even no higher power, the flower of life is real and pi is a sacred number, and so thou shalt not undo Pythagorean sacred math. So, the Pythagorean theorem works for a reason. So, that's a little Tesla right there. Yeah, I've been seeing a bunch of Teslas recently. I hadn't seen them at all, and they now seem to be in my energy. So anywhere I'm going, I at least see 2 or 3 Teslas. And I find it weird because it's like, I think, random Tesla drivers are, in my energy. But definitely collective, so this is the Lino, Emperor, Dauphin card, Lighthouse, way shower, leader on an untraveled road. So definitely you are on the cutting edge. This is the new energy. In the old energy, they burn witches at the stake. I've been burned at the stake through many inquisitions because I opened my mouth, and so I was quiet for a while, but they ain't gonna shut me up now. So, yeah, so there's some collective, there's some way shower energy here. You have an opportunity as a leader, so they're going to be asked to step up. Stay positive and strong. Get into position. Do not abandon your post. There's a spirit war coming, and you're going to be asked, whose side are you on? That's one of the questions in the Grid Scan series. I don't take sides. Black hat hacker, government, military, police, corporations, triumvirate, the Grid Scan is all around you. This is who we are. Voilà qui nous sommes. You can't avoid that. The galactical gatekeepers are here. They see above. There's a dome around the Pacific Territories, city echelons in the zone, in the Grid Scan books. The dome gets shattered in book 10, the last book in the main series called Grid Scan Imperium. It's coming. Have we seen Yukikaze unmanned aircraft? I think United Nations met a couple days ago, and last time I checked, there's a war in Ukraine. But there's also Master Sergeant and Ryu Sama and that red-haired guy who spelled Shakespeare. So seek your answers from within. This is Jazz, leader of the Jazz Hacker Guild. He is impartial. Seek your answers from within. So you already have the answer. You know, it's in that vortex. It's there on a higher dimension. It's waiting for you to be open to receive. So listen to your dreams and follow the synchronicities, because your higher consciousness is definitely trying to talk to you. Be vigilant, dear one. This is the Jester Hacker, Black Hat Hacker card. Watch for the evil eye. So yeah, you definitely have some haters who are trying to come against you. And they're going to try. But your spirit team be kicking ass in the spirit realm. So let's go. Bring it. You know, let's have a Maverick dogfight. Who do you think is going to win that? You thought Maverick was just an old dude. Well, respect your elders, five-fingered being. Embrace your shadow. So again, this came up before. You have some shadow work you need to do, and that will help you here. There's something that is still in your energy, even though you cleared a lot of the negativity and cleared a lot of the trauma bonds and removed those red strings, entanglements that were trying to hold you back. There's still something hidden that either you are refusing to look at or you are not looking at, and that is going to hold you back. And so you're going to have to go on and deal with that. And then let's look at again. Let's see. So what is this? What is this embrace your shadow energy? So this is the Pixie Inner Child 33 energy card. So it's number 33 here. And so that is significant. So there's some Christos energy here. Alpha and Omega, definitely. This is a child of the Viceroy and the Maid. So this is an illegitimate child who is not within the line of succession. This is actually Lino the Delphin's little sister. But this is a hidden secret because the Viceroy has multiple consorts. He also slept with the Maid. So, you know, Josephine here is a psychic girl who sees things in dreams. And she's just waking up from a dream here. And she is frightened of what she's seen. So you're definitely going to need to honor your inner child. Tell them that you love them, because there's a fear still there that you're going to need to look at. And of all the work that you've done, and I praise you, and for everything that you have overcome and every battle you've won over and over and over in the spirit realm. They keep attacking you. There's still something that you have to heal that you're overlooking. Okay, so part of this, so we have inner child. This is the Acolyte Hacker card. Let go of the old. So you've done most of the transition into the new energy, into your new life, but there's still something there. That's why these two cards are coming out right next to each other. The next one, so Source. Go to Source, definitely. This is my Omnibus Darklight AI avatar card. She is a AI sentient program that escaped the mainframe administrators through a 0-day threat, cybersecurity threat that was not patched. And she escaped into the grid scan, so she is a sentient program that can manifest child programs in reality. And she actually, there's the Darklight game. She's the avatar. She's originally the avatar, the narrator of the Darklight virtual reality game. So if you like Sword Art Online, it's kind of like that. And she pops up flash mob games in dark alleys, and in those games, this is why the games are illegal, and the police are trying to crack down, because in the game, once you jack into the system, if you die in the grid scan, you die in real life. Okay, so that's why there are people. Okay, so that's what's happening in these flash mob dark light games, and she's overseeing that. And there are child programs in the network. So make sure, Ghost in the Shell, you know where you're clear on who are you listening to, who is talking to you in the spirit realm. There are voices that are trying to confuse others and trying to confuse you. So if you are Catholic, Episcopalian, Methodist, Lutheran, or any type of Christian, know your Father's voice. That's going to be important at this time. And you're going to need to surrender your burdens to move forward. So, yeah, definitely. So, there's an opportunity here for you to be graced with all the abundance that's due to you, that you have literally earned, and you've already been crowned in the spirit realm. There are some burdens that you're going to have to release. And once you do that, those are the final things that are holding you back. But again, like I said, there was an MK Ultra card in this deck, and I've been feeling a bunch of that recently. So yeah, there's definitely, like I said, driving on the road with the Masons going west. You are definitely a magician, and you've been transmuting some of the attacks that have been sent to you. But they're watching you. Every move. You may want to check your apartment or house for hidden cameras, possibly put there by maintenance or people while you were away, or even your family members that are inactive, betraying you and stabbing you in the back. But you are a magician, you're an alchemist, and you can transmute that energy. So we are sentinels. This is your spirit team, the warrior way of integrity and truth. Always keep, even if you dabble in the dark or you're a gray witch or whatever, keep one foot at all times in the light. I was watching, what is that movie? The Order, with Heath Ledger as the priest, with your back to the congregation in Latin, says the Dark Pope. Yeah, always stand in your truth, stand for integrity, for what is right and the light. That will heal Mother Gaia. But the darkness is in the last pains of its vampire energy. It's trying, and let me tell you, it's gonna hold on until, the last Jedi warrior, in the Grid Scan series, that the Transcendental Ist controls clones with mind manipulation, design children modified by drugs and dark magic science that shouldn't occur. Your guardian angels are watching. They're seeing everything. But again, there's some brainwave manipulation going on here. This has been going on consistently. There's some Havana syndrome noise checks going on before. But there's some devil energy definitely here. So they're still trying, but a lot of things are not touching you. And they are beginning to get confused about what's going on. So let's look at another card here. Never ever assimilate. So, wake up. And if you are awake, stay awake, because they're trying to drive you back into the Matrix. Don't let them. They'll keep trying. So watch for the synchronicities. This is the Code Talker card for Decipher the Synchronicities. This card features Mika, the indigenous intelligence officer who was wounded on the front lines, and they replaced 80% of his body with cybernetics. He is a code talker. He has that secret knowledge of truth, and that is what the darkness is afraid of. The truth will set you free, and you can't hide it. It will come to the light. Commune with fairy folk or the little people spirits. But these people who are attacking you are definitely facing karma. And to recharge your energy, definitely spend time in nature. That can help you come closer to Mother Gaia, and also recharge you. Return to sender, send back that evil eye, and be like water, go with the flow. So let's pull, I'm being told to pull 3 more cards from my Oracle deck, and 1 more here. Protect your peace. Don't let anybody come in. There are people who are still trying to come near you, still trying to get to you. You know, you block these people, you know, they betrayed you just one too many times. Just walk away, you know. And even though that may be hard, you know, I mean, these people could be your family. You could have known these childhood friends forever. They're jealous of you, you know. They're hating on you. You don't need that. Okay, this is the Ram card. Seek the truth, and it may be in symbols. Live in truth and integrity, vox veritatis. So you are the voice of truth. We are sentinels. This is who we are. We ain't going anywhere. You can try. Like Maverick, bring it. Tally 2. You know, embrace the change. So you are in a period of change. This is Takashi, the 18-year-old cybersecurity analyst who worked for the Psy faction, which is a government-run military unit fighting cybercrime and terrorism. Even though Takashi is 18, he's young, and he hates authority. But he's one of the most brilliant cybersecurity analysts, and that's why he's dangerous. And he will not take BS, and sometimes he doesn't follow the rules. And every time they try to rein him in, he's one step ahead. So become the magnificent that you are, because you truly are, and people are still trying to suppress that energy. There's some fears that you need to face. This is Kyle, the leader of Porcelain Doll from the graphic novel series. So yeah, definitely face your fears, and you are an alchemist, and you are able to transmute that negativity that's coming towards you. So one of the things, if you have self-esteem issues, and I know sometimes I struggle with this is why I make videos about mental health, like Lelouch in the Bait Journal, there's been some false memories on people trying to control you and suppress your light. One of the things, and I think that child energy, the child energy here, yeah, back to the inner child, to Josephine. Josephine, the phone is ringing. Remember the time. Remember who you are. If you need to go back into the Akashic record, then that's where you need to go. Because all of the energy from your past lives is there, and there's something there that can help you with your current situation. Okay, so you're definitely going to want to do that. And I am actually feeling another card here that I wanted to bring out. It's calling to me right now. So yeah, so this is Rain. This is Compassion Sophia. So Sophia in the Gnostic Gospels, in Gnosticism, is the creator. She's that Holy Spirit, feminine of God energy. This is Rain of trans experience. She is a clone of Ryuho. Okay? So, if we put them side by side, you can see there, they don't look the same. There is somebody impersonating you. You are the phoenix that rises from the ashes, but there is some other energy here that is trying to create off of your energy, and it may be a clone. So with all the Pharaoh stuff that's going on, there is a tarot reader who's MK Ultra, and I'm not gonna tell, literally an agent, and I'm not gonna say who it is. But there's definitely, and I will wait the minute that this video gets shadow banned, which I know it will. I'm gonna post it anyway. We'll see who gets to see it. But this is not a dream, Vincent Law. Yeah, there's some clones and people trying to be you and mirror your. They're watching you and they're taking notes. But we are Sentoki warriors. Tengu, you have Yuichi Hyakuya, Seraph of the End. Ashimaru with the sword said, there's 10% of you that's not human. A while back, I heard a shofar sound. There's another one due. Trust the divine. You are being guided. Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what the divine, the higher consciousness, your higher dimensions, your ancestors and spirit guides are saying, and shine your light. Be a light of truth in the dark. The darkness is still trying to rise up and hold on to the last semblances of its power. You are a harbinger of light. This is Sachi Ima, the mobile frame pilot of trans experience. Usher in the light of world peace, for we are the Hieroglyph Scribes. Paint your world in Technicolor. There's a lot of black and white, dark gray. People can't see the color of the world. As empaths and psychics, you can see that collective. Do not be silent. Silence is death. You're here as a teacher. Fear is the little death. Shatter the glass ceiling and be the scene. Don't be a follower. Lead the way. Forge the path. Be open to receive. Release and surrender your burdens. You can see through the veil. You can hear through the veil. The veil is thinning. Okay? This is, who is this? This is Nier Ishida, the younger brother, psychic brother, who's actually homeless on the streets because somebody, MK Ultra, kidnapped his butt when he was a kid, and sent him to a narcissistic family to be raised, and his real family was prosecuted because they were psychic prophets who could see the truth. Integrate with your higher self. Breathe in, meditate. You are definitely a channeler. Get your messages in dreams. They're trying to put red strings back on you to entangle you again in what you have released yourself from in the past. But like I said, with that child energy, that there's some inner child work that you still need to do. You may see flashbacks if you have nightmares and dreams. There's something there that you're not looking at, and I would call upon your spirit animal. We've got Bast here. We also have Raven. And we have the Inu spirit for dog. So call upon these animal totems, your spirit guides, to help you. The animals are here to lead you. Actually, it was really weird. I was in a meeting today, and there were a bunch of pigeons. I was on the second floor, and I was in this room, and I was having some ADHD fidgets, and then the person in the room who was taking, whatever we were doing documentation, left. And there was a window on the other side of the room, and they had to leave for a while, and so I went over to the window, and the minute I walked in the window, the pigeons just like did some dance. They all flew off, 9 million of them, and made a circle so I could see it. They didn't do that before. They weren't doing that while I was sitting there. They did it once while I was alone, and then I walked away from the window and did a walking meditation in the room I was in. I walked around the table 8 times, and when I came back, I looked out the window again. They did the same dance, flying in a circle. There's a message there. Listen to Raven. I've been seeing a lot of ravens lately. It is time to heal your child trauma bonds. So we got to go back to that child energy. That 33 card, Josephine. There may be some benefit in returning and doing some childhood regression. And that may be helpful, and that is to release emotional pain, so that can definitely be helpful here. So let's pull one more card, or two more, no, let's pull 3 more cards. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So again, this is the new Gridscan Oracle deck, which is not for sale yet. Don't fear the unknown. Become the best version of you. So this is Jade Ajima. She is a female of trans experience. She is an artist. Your gift is your craft. It is your art. It's part of who you are. Don't be ashamed of that. Live in your truth. This is a Shaman Medicine Man card featuring, this is a 2-spirit now Kami. He is also of trans experience. This is a Navajo Nation teenager who is a Sentoki warrior, and he fights with noise, the destined sacrifice. They are in, I'm releasing a novel next month called Graphic Noise Spirit Warrior Online. If you like sword art online, it's an isekai novel. We'll have illustrations, and we're working on a new cover for that. But yeah, now is a Sentoki warrior. So he was basically trained in psychic fighting, psychic attacks, and use wisdom of your ancestors. So we've got now here in the desert with the sun in the background setting. In the story now goes on walks in the desert, and he can actually speak with birds and insects. And so our last card here features the prophet, high priest, Een. She is also trans experience. She was homeless until she found out that she is actually one of the Source Omnibus Darklights, the AI sentient program. She's actually a child program, which was originally Omnibus Darklight, the Avatar released AI programs, and now considers herself a goddess, as mother, and she created child programs. Some of those child programs are sentient enough to exist in virtual space, but also to exist in a 3D reality. Een is one of those. Her parents were killed because they were prophets and believed in psychics and collective unconsciousness. They died to make sure their child remained alive because they knew there's a higher calling here. It's time to surrender to flow and release fear like ripples on the tide. You have a higher calling. There's something you're here to do. Do not let anybody take that from you. And see the synchronicities. This is June. She's an actress in the Gridscan story. It's time to see the synchronicities. Your ancestors, spirit guides, spirit realm, angels, God Mother Gaia, the divine, the demiurge, the Holy Spirit, Trinity. There's a message here. You can feel it. Don't close your heart off to loving kindness and compassion. Shine your light, for you are a lighthouse. See the synchronicities. And this went on a little bit longer than I wanted it to go. But from there, this was today's message. And I just wanted to show off the Grid Scan Oracle deck, which is coming out. But remember, clones are not real. They're manufactured, designed children. And next time, be careful what you do when you're playing with magic you don't understand. You call on some demons to come help you. Just be careful. I warn you, don't play with black magic you don't understand. It will kick you in the ass and come back to you definitely. It will backfire. If you listen to the opening song on Awari no Seraph, it says, I don't want anybody to die, and answer the call. The trumpet has sounded. The leaders, the empaths, the collective. It's time to step up. There's a spiritual battle coming. We are sentinels, and this is who we are. Do you see the sky brighter? Delay by steal your light. And with that, Pax.